in a land that's not theirs, and that they would serve them and be afflicted for 400 years, according to Genesis 15 and 13. In the very next verse, God said that he would judge the nation that they serve, and that they, the children of Israel, will come out with great substance. You can read it for yourself. But we understand that we all have a God-appointed time called Kairos. Amen. We all have our Kairos moment. It's God's timing that he has set aside to move on your behalf, to move you forward, and to set you up to possess your promise. Do you believe that? Let me ask you again, do you believe that? I hope that we don't have fatalists in here that just believe whatever is going to happen just happens. I don't believe in fatalism, all right? I don't believe that things just happen and they're just going to happen. There's nothing that you can do about it. I don't believe in that. But you know that is a belief system. There are those that are called fatalists. They just believe Sarah, you know, whatever will be, you know. The future, well, let me leave that one. That's old school. Y'all don't know nothing about Doris Day. Amen. Praise God. Somebody going back here, don't give your age out. No, I'm just bothering with you. Doris Day. All right. So you don't want to have that kind of attitude that whatever is going to happen is just going to happen, and I don't have anything to do with it. Like I can't participate in what God is doing. Even though God has a Kairos moment that has been set aside, there's a time, there's a predetermined time that God has in our life. But how many of you know we can forfeit that when we step out of the will of God? That's right. When we begin to live and do the things that we want to do. When we begin to make choices in our life apart from God and don't, oh Lord, I wish I had a church, and don't inquire God's assistance. Don't inquire, what is your will concerning this matter? Step out of the will of God, then we can find ourselves even in our own Egypt. We can find ourselves in bondage and in need of deliverance. So here it is, from the promise given to Abraham in Genesis 12 to Jacob arriving in Egypt. It was 220 years. Through all the peoples Israel faced in bondage, it never changed the mind of God concerning their destiny. You understand that today? Please bear this in mind if you're taking note. Please bear this in mind for those who are yet waiting on God to bust a move, if you will. God is a God of covenant. Yes, he is. I say God is a God of covenant. God always keeps his word. Encourage your neighbor, say God always keeps his word. God always keeps his word. It was time for Israel to leave Egypt. And God, the Bible says, hardened the heart of Pharaoh that he might display his power among this heathen nation of idol worshippers. God sent 10 plagues upon the Egyptians, frogs being the second. Have you ever wrestled with the problem that stubbornly refuses to go away? It seems to be immune to all solutions. You tackle it from every conceivable way. But instead of being eliminated, it seems as though it expands and multiplies until it is wildly out of control. Have you ever had any problems like that? You ever had any situations like that in your life? Oh, it's true. It's true. And you've done all that you know how to do. I recall, and just throw this in for what it's worth, there's this, in the scriptures, there's a story that's told of a young boy that was brought to the disciples, and he was possessed with devils. And they could not cast him out. And the young boy's father told Jesus that I brought him to your disciples, but they couldn't do nothing with him. That's right. He often cast himself into the fire and in the water. And then this spirit, this unclean spirit, wants to destroy this little boy. But Jesus responds to his disciples, not so much to the Father. He spoke to them. He said, listen, these kind come out by fasting and praying. Are you hearing what I'm saying? There are some situations in your life that you can try to do everything you can to eliminate it, but sometimes, dear heart, you need to understand that it's not natural, it's something spiritual that's going on in your life, and you cannot conquer anything spiritual with natural remedies. Spiritual things that's going on in your life is not in the seen world, it's in the unseen. And the only way you can deal with that, dear heart, Jesus said, is through fasting and prayer. Now, can I even suggest to share with you, because I've been saved for quite some time. There have been times whereby I did fast and pray, and that demon looked like it still ain't going nowhere. Oh, I don't have no real people in here. I said it seemed like it wasn't going nowhere. But it does not want you to know that you wearing it out through your faith and through prayer. And that devil is weaker than what you think it is. It's just waiting on you to give up. But look at the neighbor and say, I'm not going to give up.